all to weigh in again using the microphones if there are any other comments that resonate with what I said that you'd like to hear.
Can I just ask a question real quick? I have a question real quick. So the overview that you gave right now, was that a written portion from the committee and also the bulk of the survey?
Yes, where I pointed out the differences, there were differences between the committee and how everybody filled out. But otherwise...
I just want to make sure everyone understands that we have definitely, on paper form, we have in front of us all of the comments.
And so, committee members, you'll notice that I left in front of you each a document that recaps each of your responses to those questions, as well as any commentary that you might have added in the free-form section. And hopefully I have recapped what you recapped for the benefit of the board. That answer? Okay. So are there any comments about the survey results and the feedback that you feel like maybe I didn't represent or that you want to make sure gets heard?
Well, for myself, it seemed like it was a little vague for when you mentioned student discipline. I know just hearing the teachers and talking to the parents, one of the things that I think that might be trying to address is just the teachers actually having support from the administration. That the administration supports them when they do have to discipline a student, and not feeling afraid of approaching the administration to actually take some sort of corrective action with that student, for the sake of, they don't want to give anybody a black eye, the school black eye, or get in a competition with a parent, because I mean, talking to parents, the parents want the teacher to be able to handle the problem too, and want to be involved in resolving the problem. But I think that support from the administration needs to be there for the teachers and for the parents.
I just think, just to recap, that the survey that you went over, for the community, and also the survey that the input committee shows as the results, it seems clear that we're very interested in the board looking at a superintendent that really has experience as either a principal or a superintendent, because if you have that experience, you're going to be able to address these concerns that are expressed in the survey results. And also, someone that possibly has experience in the population that we serve here in Alhambra would be very important, in just looking at the results. So those are a couple things that stuck out to me.
As an 18-year veteran, all of which have been at Montebello School, it's my wish to see our new superintendent focus on teacher retention. As was stated earlier, this is a huge issue. As a teacher in the classroom, we feel it when we lose teachers. We feel it when we have lack of substitutes. When we have 42 to 47 students in a classroom, it is very, very difficult for us to be as effective as we need to be. We lose ground, we lose our excellence when we have that many students in a classroom. It's been stated that morale is low. When we all come together and we focus on our children, notice I said our children. 18 years is a long time. I've been here. I volunteered at Westwood before I even started my educational process. I've only been in one school. Those are my kids. I watched that school being built. My heart is here, and it's my goal to help our district get back to the excellence that we used to be. We've lost too many amazing people, not just teachers, but administrators, families, students. We need to get them back. We need to get back to where we were. And we need a leader who above all puts our children first and leads us with strength of character. Thank you.
Ok, yo lo que, nosotros como padres lo que estamos pidiendo también al superintendente es...
We as parents are also asking for a superintendent.
Es ver el currículum de esa persona que va a estar al frente.
Is to be able to see the curriculum of the person that's going to be leading.
Porque estamos interesados en que esa persona esté preparada para trabajar con los maestros.
Because we are extremely interested in the fact that that person may be the right one to work with the teachers,
Con el personal de distrito
with the district staff,
y pues con nosotros los padres.
and with us, the parents.
Porque creo que somos un equipo y todos tenemos que trabajar,
Because I believe we are a team, we all have to work together
como dijeron, para mejorar nuestro distrito y que llegue a un A+.
to be able to improve the district to the maximum excellence.
Y yo sé que sí lo podremos lograr, pero trabajando todos juntos.
And I know for a fact that we can do it if we work together.
Entonces yo pienso que sería un buen inicio el saber el currículum de esa persona, qué tanta familiaridad tiene con los niños para que nosotros nos sentamos más a gusto.
So it would be a good start, in my opinion, to see what's the curriculum of that person, to be able to see if that person is familiar with all the policies that are required by the district for education.
I think that Mrs. Elliott made some great points. Completely agree with her and whatnot with the situation with regards to teacher retention. I also think that it's important, however, that we hold the policies enacted by the state legislature and implement them at an appropriate level in the school district. I think that we have to move forward with that. I understand that there were situations with the previous administration where certain teachers were made uncomfortable, and I get that, I respect that. STAN as an organization understands that, but we also want to see the teacher evaluations and whatnot continue, just because we feel as an organization, the responses we've heard from our parental base in the school district is that the teachers, to a degree, need to be held accountable, but it can't be in a manner that creates a toxic environment where teachers feel as though they're being pursued in a negative manner. So I'm sure there's a way that we can find a balanced approach where teachers feel respected, but that we also identify those teachers who need that extra help and who receive that extra help and make them feel as comfortable as possible and moving, not only the district forward, but also the schools, the principals, administration, staff, etc., all for the benefit of the children. So I hope that we do not lose sight of the importance of the teacher evaluation, but also the atmosphere that we must create in order so that they feel accepted.
Otras experiencias que son importantes también para elegir un candidato para superintendente
Other types of experiences that are important to elect a candidate also are
son las experiencias con otros distritos para dirigir este distrito.
is the type of experience they had in other districts, so we can compare it to this district.
Soportar los enlaces comunitarios en las escuelas, en cada escuela.
To be able to support the community partnerships in this school, in this district.
Un fondo que incluye trabajo como una comunidad de refugiados.
¿Puede repetir eso, por favor?
Un fondo que incluya el trabajo con una comunidad de refugiados.
A fund that will allow the work with a community of refugees, is that what you're saying?
Background working.
Yes, okay.
Y un candidato que tiene experiencia en el desarrollo de un presupuesto
A candidate that has experience in the development of a budget
para un distrito escolar que maximiza
for a district, a school district that maximizes
los recursos para mejor impacto de los estudiantes.
the resources for the best impact for the students.
Y alguien comprometido con participación de la comunidad durante el año escolar.
And someone that is committed to the participation of the community during the school year.
Can you say that one more time? I'm sorry.
and someone that is committed to the participation of the community through the school year.
I feel that priority needs to be laid on the relationships that the superintendent builds with all the stakeholders that we have in our district. So that means this person needs to be competent in guiding all groups of people, from the student to the parents, to the community, to the teachers, the administrators, etc. That relationship building piece is what's going to repair the climate issues or the culture issues that some people are facing. I do feel that it's not, that there's not an equitable climate problem. Like, you don't see the same climate problems in every part of the organization. So I do think that there needs to be a way to hold folks accountable, keep people growing, and maintain that the excellence that we expect from our staff and our students in an environment that grows people. So that just like when students don't perform, that's not acceptable for us, we grow them. And so that relationship building piece and getting what is the best out of every individual in our organization requires a relationship where it's safe to grow. So I think that relationship piece is huge and a higher priority to me personally than, because I feel like we have the benefit of a lot of very strong systems. I'm less worried about the budget when we have a Dr. Virgil. You know, I'm less worried about those kinds of things. My highest priority is the relationship piece and making sure that we put a person in place that ensures that everyone in the organization grows.
Board members, are there any comments of me or of your committee?
Can you just elaborate a little bit on the refugee thing that was mentioned, the specifics on what the idea for that or what the thought is with that?
Yeah, so when we got together with our parental base from the Anaheim School District, we asked them what their main priorities were. And so a lot of the parents just want to see a candidate who's, you know, obviously the most experience, who has the best resume, et cetera, et cetera. But one of the main pieces that came up was their experience dealing with a refugee base or a refugee community in such a school district. The parents came together and said, well, you know, we understand that there's a heavy Latino influence in the school district, but let's not lose sight of the fact that there are a lot of refugees. Our children interact with them on a daily basis. You know, we see these individuals, we don't necessarily understand the culture, all that, but we understand that they're part of our community, and we want them to feel as though they belong. And so one of the main points was, let's make sure that let's try to see if we can get an individual who is responsive to that and who can make these individuals feel as though, you know, they're welcome part of our community as well. That it's not just a all Latino community, it's inclusive of everyone.
I don't know if it's the right time, but I just want to give some praise. I think the survey speaks for itself. I think that we're talking about organizational culture, talking about leadership, refugees. I just had a homicide blocked from my house this past week, and they're all from West Africa. You know, people think that they live in apartments. Some of them live in houses, you know, in our neighborhood. They go to Granada Primary, Granada East. I assume your children do. But you know, I was able to establish this past week a relationship with one of them and understand, you know, where they were from and what happened in that house. And I can only imagine some of them kids got to go to school. You know, they're traumatized, you know. So I think the issues with refugees is real. It's real where I live. It's real in my neighborhood. And they live there. And they just don't live in multi-housing developments. They live in homes too. just wanted to mention that because you had brought that up, and also, I think this is a great start for us to, look at things. And there's a lot of great things in this district. I know there is. We just need to hone them. We need to, do whatever we can to make it better. And I think this is a great start right now. Thank you.
I am very pleased with the instruments that Arizona School Boards Association has created. As I saw how it plays out, I see that it covers a number of areas, skills that we are all looking at. And if we missed anything, there's the open-ended questions for you to fill out. So one thing that this says to me is that all groups want to be included. Another thing it says to me is that we on the board need to do more listening. So as a result of that, I just want to say that I'm very impressed with the way that the process is moving, and I believe that we are listening as a board. We are respectful of the different groups, and like Mr. Zamora said, every person here is a professional because they bring something of life experience to the table. So yes, we are listening. Yes, we will value your comments, each and every one of them. And I thank all of us that are here tonight, that are here at the table, participate in a transparent environment. Thank you.
One of the comments that was in here was someone open and transparent with parents, and another comment leading to teamwork. I guess I just want to pose this to the entire committee. I see that this is kind of something that's in a lot of this is a lot of those kind of working together with the community, bringing teamwork, bridging that gap together. Is there anything specific that you guys have seen or utilized in your own careers that maybe you would like to see in a leader here? Specific actions, those sort of things, built into that desire for that teamwork.
It's like how Mike is on the already. Well, Mr. Lopez. I mean, based off what the survey, on a couple of things that the survey is pointing out is, I think we discussed that we want to see, we want a face for the district here, and I think from personal experience, it's, I think maybe what we're looking for, and I hope this answers your question, is someone who's the face of the district, but it's also bringing along everybody with them. They're the face of the district, but they have the teachers standing behind them on it. They have the parents standing behind them on it. They are promoting and advertising of all the good things that are happening in the district. So to bring everyone together to, if you want to call it, that public relations aspect, being able to actually demonstrate it, to be able not just to talk the talk, but to actually be able to walk it too. I think that's probably a very critical skill that we need to make sure we focus on, because I mean that's going to be like all-encompassing, if you will, to bring that skill and to be able to promote it and be able to promote the people that are helping you get there and helping you achieve those goals.
Thank you.
You asked a question, are there things that we do in our own practice that promotes the teamwork and collaboration?
Well, things that maybe you've done in your own personal and professional experience that you would like to see within a superintendent.
One of the things, I survey my teams a lot. So we gather their input regarding initiatives that are put into place, how they felt or what they learned from different staff developments, what they'd like to see changed or different. So knowing how to ask the right questions and then listening to the answers. There needs to be a balance, because you can survey them to death and never do anything about it. But then I also have teams in place so that there's collaborative decision making. I think that listening to the people that you're working with and alongside, and finding out what, I like to tell my staff that I'm going to find out what you're good at, and then I'm going to exploit it to death. Because I'm only one brain, and we need to take advantage of the expertise that we're blessed with. And while I might be able to do it all, I can never do it all as well as my amazing team. So we survey a lot, we ask for a lot of input, and then we put teams in place to make decisions at various levels of the organization, depending on what needs to get done.
As a national board certified teacher, it's my goal to see more teacher leaders. It's how our organization will grow. It's how our organization will learn from each other. Because as Mandy stated, there's only one brain. When you put all of us together and we all have expertise in different areas, allow us to share that expertise. Allow us to learn from you. Allow you to learn from us. It's how we'll grow. It's how we will create the environment that we're looking for, and it's how we will continue our excellence. And that's what we are. That's what Alhambra is excellence.
Yo como madre de familia,
Me as a mother in my family,
lo que nosotros queremos es tener un superintendente que trabaje con nosotros,
we want to have a superintendent that works with us,
junto con la mesa directiva, porque traemos muchos proyectos buenos.
with the governing board, because we have a lot of really good projects.
En nuestra comunidad nosotros estamos interesados en mejorarla.
In our community, one of our major interests is to improve the community.
Y queremos ayudarlos porque nosotros sabemos que ustedes solos no pueden.
And we want to help you, because we know that you by yourselves, you just can't make it.
Y como lo he dicho siempre, trabajando en equipo sé que podremos lograr muchas cosas.
As I always said it, working as a team, we can get to anything we want to do.
Y una de las cosas importantes que ahorita estamos haciendo nosotros como padres es darle tutoría a los niños del kinder al 8º grado.
One of the things that we're doing as parents right now is we're tutoring kids from kindergarten to 8th grade.
Que a lo mejor ustedes ni lo saben, porque ahora con lo del problema del superintendente no tuvimos ¿cómo se dice? El tiempo para venir y platicarlo.
And maybe you don't even know about this, because with the problems that we've been having with this issue of the superintendent, we didn't have a chance to come and tell you about it.
Pero los papás están muy contentos con eso.
But the parents are very ecstatic about this.
Y pues nos gustaría trabajar junto con ustedes.
And we would like to work with you.
Otra cosa en la que queremos trabajar con ustedes es en cómo prevenir las drogas.
Another thing that we want to work with you is how to prevent drugs.
Y ya lo estamos haciendo ahorita para el año que viene. Esperamos ya tener a la persona indicada ahí enfrente.
And we already work on it. For next year, we hope to have the right person at the front of this issue working with us.
Y que ustedes nos den la oportunidad de traerles el proyecto que traemos.
And so that you can give us the opportunity to bring before you the project that we have going.
Que es un parent patrol.
It is a parent control against drugs.
Y lo queremos no únicamente para nuestra escuela, lo queremos que se implemente en todas las escuelas del distrito.
And we want that implemented not only in a school, but in all the schools of the district.
Y de hecho en las vacaciones, ahorita tenemos 50 papás interesados.
And vacation time comes, now we have 50 parents interested in working in the project.
Y vamos a tomar unas clases con la policía para que ellos nos investiguen y nos preparen.
We're going to be attending some classes with the police so they can train us and prepare us for this.
Y pues para cuando sea el inicio del curso, nosotros, si nos dan la oportunidad, venir ya todos los papás, o sea, con nuestra credencial preparados y decirles, aquí tenemos nuestro curso y decirles cuál es nuestro plan y pues ver si nos apoyan.
So at the beginning of the next school year, maybe we can come before you with our certification and bring the project and maybe find a common ground so you can help us doing it.
Nosotros como padres queremos trabajar en equipo, no queremos hacerlo solo.
We as parents want to work as a team. We don't want to work by ourselves.
Y pues yo pienso que eso va a ser un mejor futuro para nuestra comunidad y vamos a tener una comunidad un poco más sana.
And I believe that's a great future for our community, and I believe that that's going to be a sound community for the future.
Pero necesitamos el apoyo de todos, de maestros, distrito, padres, comunidad, de todos.
But we need the support of everyone, the teachers, the staff, the community, parents, everyone.
Y pues gracias por darnos esta oportunidad de mostrar un poquito el proyecto que traemos.
Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to at least address the project that we have going.
Thank you.
I just want to take this opportunity to thank you folks for allowing us the opportunity to sit in front of you here. But I also wanted to make it known that we as an organization stand. A lot of the information that we receive with regards to the current standing of your school district and the current standing of what everything is with regards to administration, staff, students, we get from our parental base. And so from the things that we hear from our parents, from the things that we hear from certain staff members, from the things that we hear from certain administrators, and it just forces us to make important decisions in such a way that are just one-sided. And so as this process has continued to grow and as we've learned more information over the course of the last 3 months, we have seen that just information from two sides. So there's been multiple mentions of certain feelings towards an administration that was not welcoming. And so moving forward, we just want to make sure that the individual that you choose as your new superintendent not only is the most qualified, not only is an individual that's going to implement the standards, implement the AESD merit, implement the teacher evaluations, and hold those teachers that need to be held accountable, but is also going to be an individual that proportionately uses the budget in a correct manner, is an individual that's going to take the courage necessary to make those tough decisions with regards to administration, staff, or whatever it might be, and that's going to do whatever it takes to hold the best interests of the students as their number one priority. I think that one of the best examples that the school district can look at and that this committee can look at is at the Cartwright School District and the important decisions that those folks made over there where they turned, the school board actually, turned around their school district from a D, I believe, to a B in the matter of, 2 years? And it all started at the top with the new superintendent. So I think that you folks are definitely headed in the right direction. I think you have a good community staff here. So I look forward to continuing to work with you and electing somebody that's going to be the most capable of making those important decisions and moving the whole district forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yo como padre y mis experiencias con el distrito han sido muy buenas, hemos logrado muchas cosas en ese distrito.
As a father and working in this district, being in this district, we have definitely accomplished a lot of great things at district level.
Como líder de mi comunidad, los padres les hemos pedido que cultiven sus niños en nuestras escuelas.
As a leader in my community, we have asked the parents to keep their children in this district.
Que estamos trabajando juntos para encontrar a nuevo superintendente para el bienestar de nuestros niños.
That we are working all together in order to find the right superintendent for this school district.
Y gracias por la oportunidad.
And thank you for the opportunity.
Cheryl, did you want to say anything? I just want to make sure I'm including everybody.
Thank you. I just, to your point, Mr. Lopez-Falk, as far as working collaboratively, I think one important attribute of a superintendent would be humility. Just to realize that even though they'll be very skilled in many different areas, we have strengths in our students, in our parents, in teachers, support staff, administrators, which you all know, and to draw on those and delegate, everything that the superintendent won't be able to do is just an important thing to have that humility to realize that other people may know things that they don't know, which is true of all of us. And so I just think humility is a big thing that would be an important attribute for them, or for you to look in them. So
Thank you. So, at this time, I can before, we've asked twice, and you guys had an opportunity, so at least for myself, I'd like to thank all of you for your input. I'd like to thank you all for your candor in coming forward. And like I said, all of your voices will weigh evenly. And I mean, I've taken notes, I've seen my partners up here taking notes and really listening and wanting to hear what you have to say. And we're going to take that all under consideration, definitely. And I think you're going to be quite surprised at what we can do once we get to that area of, actually interviewing candidates. Because those are going to be some of the things that we ask. We're going to put those into the questions. So I want to thank you for all coming out, and thank you for being part of the committee.
Thank you. I have no other comments at this point. If you need anything further from us or SBA, we have the data for you. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else? I want to make sure everyone gets. Yes? Okay. So thank you. At this time, after we get this next vote, I would think that the board would like at least 2 minutes to personally thank the committee. So at this time, I'm going to entertain a motion to go into executive session to discuss personnel matters. Is there a motion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? We stand adjourned.